It was the day after Christmas 2016, and any sane person in Niles, Ohio was probably still curled up on their couch, surrounded by leftover ham and wrapping paper. Not me. I was stuffing a cooler with sandwiches and beer, loading my rods in the trunk of my car. I needed this. A full day with my family asking me repeatedly when I was going to get a real job instead of construction, the kids screaming, the constant overlapping noise. It left me feeling raw. The river was my church of peace. The Mahoning River isn't much to look at, but I knew a spot, real secluded near an old train trestle and a small dam. It was a hike to get there, but it was worth it. I parked my car on the gravel access road. The sun was already getting low. I had maybe 2 hours of light left. I grabbed my gear and started walking. By the time I got to my spot, my fingers were stiff and burning with the cold. I didn't care. I set up my chair, assembled my rod with fumbling hands, and cast my line into the slow, dark water. And just like that, the family drama, the job, stress, all of it just drained away into the river. The sun finally dipped below the trees and it got dark. I pulled out my headlamp and kept going. Then I felt it. The primal fear of being watched. I stopped reeling mid-cast and slowly turned my head. My headlamp illuminated the first few rows of trees. Nothing. I was about to write it off as nerves when I saw it. A shift of shadow behind a big sycamore tree about 15 yards away. I kept my light trained on the spot, and the shape resolved. It wasn't a deer. It was too tall, and it was standing straight up. The arms, they were too long, hanging down past his knees. Then it stepped out from behind the tree. The light from my headlamp hit it full on, and my heart just stopped. It was covered in stringy, thick, dark fur. Its legs were bent backwards at the knee like a dog's. Its face, a twisted mix of wolf and man, with a long snout packed with jagged teeth and bright yellow eyes. It was a fucking werewolf. It let out a low, rumbling growl that I felt vibrate in my chest, and it took one step toward me. That was all it took. I dropped my fishing rod and turned and ran. I crashed through the underbrush, blind with panic. I heard it coming after me. It wasn't just moving. It was plowing through the woods, snapping branches, its footsteps pounding the earth. It was fast and gaining on me, and I'm just running randomly through the woods, not knowing if this is the right way. This is it, I thought. I'm dead. This is how I die, right here in these woods by that werewolf. By some miracle, I don't know how, I found the trail. I just burst out of the tree line onto the wider path and poured every ounce of strength I had into running. And then I saw it, my car, parked right where I left it. I've never been so happy to see a beat-up old sedan in my entire life. I threw myself inside, turned it on, and drove off. I couldn't think straight, but I had no idea where I was going. But I had to put miles between me and that river.